Hello and welcome to another episode of A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington. A Day in the District is a show designed to help you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. Can you believe we're already in season 4 and we are rocking and rolling by highlighting all of our community partners. I'm so excited to have not one, two, but 3 of our partners here joining me on set today. So let's jump right in. Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
To my immediate left is the one and only Dr. Vanessa McCloud of the Urban League of Northwest Indiana. To her left is Kellauna Mack of Boy Scouts. Is it of America, of the world? She's of the world. And then our very own in-house scholarship machine, Charius of Anderson of the Gary Educational Development Foundation. I just thought it made sense to have the 3 of you come together. And as we were just gathering here on set, you all were working on behalf of students in between getting mic'd up. Dr. McCloud, I'm going to start with you, with your mission with the Urban League, and then if each one of you will describe the mission for the organizations you represent.
Thank you so much, Chelsea, and I'm so glad to be joined by my favorite people. We are the scholarship powerhouse people here. If you want some money, come see us.
Yes.
The Urban League of Northwest Indiana provides services in the areas of education, financial literacy, health and wellness, diversity and inclusion. We do a whole lot, but in the terms of scholarships, we provide several opportunities for students. We offer scholarships that are out right now. The deadline is March 24th, but we also have a large scholarship fair in the fall where we bring in about 60 colleges and universities and a number of our partners that come in, a number of HBCU colleges and universities, and students are able to receive scholarships on the spot, the day of. We are having this coming up September 24th, and it will be at IUN from 9 to 12. Come on out because there's money on the table.
There's money that's been left on the table, and we'll talk about that shortly. And thank you so much for all that you do. And we'll just say go to ulofnwi.org to start looking at those scholarships.
Absolutely.
Miss Mack.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, and talk to us about scouting. And I will just say, I was never a scout, but I always knew and heard about it growing up. We're still around, and I want you to emphasize that because it seems like it's a lost art, but it's not. But people just don't know exactly sometimes where you are and what you're doing, and you're doing a lot of great things.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here today. Well, Boy Scouts of America, first of all, I want to say is a co-ed program now.
Okay.
Every aspect of scouting is open to boys and girls. Still a separate entity than Girl Scouts, but we are Boy Scouts of America, and every project we have, every program we have is co-ed.
Nice.
And let me explain just a little bit about the programs. Everyone is used to Cub Scouting, which is for the little kids. And then we have the troops. We have boy troops and girl troops, which are from the ages of 11 to 18. But also scouting, we have Venture Crew Scouts. We also have Exploring Scouts, which deal with different types of careers, like the police and the fire departments. And then we have STEM Scouts, which is our partnership with Gary Community Schools. This is our 9th year going into STEM Scouting. We serve over 900 students in the Gary Community School Corporation.
Is she telling the PR person something? You are. 9 years.
9 years.
9 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Well, I'm so glad. What a great work. And with our emphasis, and we'll talk more with our emphasis on STEM in the schools, getting certifications. That's a very happy marriage, a great relationship.
Yes.
Miss Charius, we just got off the stage with you last week with a phenomenal MLK program. It's back. What is Gary Educational Development Foundation?
Well, first, thank you so much, Mrs. Whittington, for having me and including me with this wonderful, what was not a panel, but now
it has become a panel. Yes.
We have too much money on the table. The Gary Educational Development Foundation was started not just for scholarships. We actually were started to help enrichment activities for the students in the Gary Community Schools.
Yes.
Well, because so many of our community leaders, this money isn't from a corporation, this money is from people like you, me, our teachers, our counselors, our administrators, thought it important enough to leave a legacy, not a statue, but some money, so that their memory lives on in the minds of all of our scholars.
Yes.
And so they always knew that education was the thing that would push Gary, Indiana, and our students, well past where they'd be when they died.
Exactly.
And so they didn't just leave a statue or a building or something that could be torn down. They will never be what did they say? A mind is a terrible thing to waste. They will never be able to destroy their memories in the minds of our youth.
Well,
So with these two phenomenal women, and I'd like to say that both are mentors for me and have been for me. They don't know that I've never said it publicly.
You heard it here first.
Publicly, let me tell you that they are mentors for me, and I only pray that I can match their energy and impact in the lives of our youth.
I don't know about Vanessa.
I can't keep up. I cannot keep up.
I know, right?
None of us.
But we all intertwined. You talked
Yes.
about the relationship between us all. My son is a Cub Scout. Kellauna and I both have volunteered for the Northwest Indiana Urban League.
Yes. Thank you.
Before we even knew what we were doing. Right. And so the push then was diversity inclusion,
And
but
it
now
still is.
the push for all of us is getting our kids in school, but not just getting them there, keeping them there, making sure they finish.
I love
That's
it.
right. That's
So
right.
as you already can tell, this is going to be a powerful show. And segment one is almost over. So I'm going to go back to you, Dr. Alan McCloud, and just talk about the importance of parental involvement in this process. Let's start with the parents. We're just going to start at home.
Parents, when your child comes home, and if they are a senior, take the cell phone, feed them, sit down at the tablet or the computer, and assist them as they navigate through this process. What I have found is that students will start the application, but they won't finish.
Right.
They're dangling out there in the atmosphere in my software to say
They're in the queue.
they're in the queue. That's it. They're in the queue because they've put their name in, they put their school in, they've uploaded their transcript, but there's no letters of reference. And then the other part that they get stuck on is the essay.
Oh, yes.
The essay. They need to talk about themselves, talk about why this the scholarship opportunity is important to them. Now, I tell students, just act like you're doing a TikTok about yourself.
There it is. Make it relative.
Right.
Do a TikTok about yourself and then take that TikTok and put it into words. But the thing about it is so many distractions.
Yeah.
The cell phone rings, somebody comes over, they want to do this, they want to do that. So we really need the parents to hone in, unless you want them to not get a scholarship and they'll be in your basement.
Now, we certainly don't want them in the basement. You are watching A Day in the District. When we come back, we're going to talk more scholarship opportunities and how you can get involved with your Gary Community School Corporation. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
When you join the Army, the first thing they teach you is how to get in line. Not exactly the same in high school. When I enrolled in Westside Leadership Academy and joined ROTC, the first thing I learned was respect. Not just for God and country, but for myself.
Gary Schools, strong, resilient, built for education.
I said I'd never join.
Thought living on sub would be too hard.
I figured only the weatherman tracks storms.
I said my job wouldn't matter. Never knew how strong I was. I never thought this would be my commute.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown. Or be the one who stops an attack.
Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is.
We are back, and what a ride we are on. I like to call it the scholarship ride. You are watching A Day in the District, and I'm still your host, Chelsea Whittington, chatting with my colleagues, the queens of scholarship themselves, Dr. Vanessa Allen McCloud, Kellauna Mack, and Charius Anderson. I was going to get it right this time. I'm a maiden name girl, but I'm going to make sure I get those married names right because you know they watch. So we were talking off camera about that process. Vanessa, you kicked it off about you don't want your child living in the basement. And I'm sure after that, people really started to tune in like, I don't want my child in the basement because they didn't click send or finish the application. Kellauna, you brought up the point about FAFSA and the importance of having the parents have to be involved when you're filling out those financial aid forms. Elaborate, please.
Absolutely. I know a lot of times we say, you know, children, they're getting ready to go to college and they should have everything and the parents are going to leave it up to them. However, there's a lot that your child may not know. They don't know how much you make. They have no idea what your annual income is. It's a lot of things that they have no clue about, and you as a parent, you have to sit down with them and give them that information. Actually, there's also a segment, once a child is completing FAFSA, they will email it to the parents, and then there's a section that the parent has to fill out. So again, it's not complete until it's done and you click that submit button. But the parents have to sit down and work with the child to make sure that it's complete and it's done correctly.
And let me just ask this question. What does the FAFSA do?
The FAFSA will basically, it calculates how much aid that they are willing to offer you. And it doesn't matter what school you're going to, no matter if it's a HBCU, it's a predominantly white institute, wherever you're going. Even if you think your parents make too much money,
just fill it out.
Just fill it out because you may get some level. My child received some aid. It's not a lot.
You're going through it right now.
It's not a lot.
A Howard mom.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, she received something. So, I mean, something is always better than nothing. And so even if you don't think you qualify, every child should fill out a FAFSA application.
Now, another point that I learned while on set with these amazing women is about the email system and the responsibility of monitoring emails and having a personal email. Charius, can you speak to that? I know you talked about it, but as far as our young people having their own email address, because the systemic emails that they have through the school systems often cause external emails to bounce back.
Correct, and it's a safety feature, Chelsea. It's not. It's not because we don't want anybody, but you don't want everybody to contact your students.
That's true.
And with all the scams and the phishing going on, you don't want your children to be preyed upon.
Okay.
And so that is the reason behind it. And I'm sure you asked me that because I'm the techie here.
Yes.
I'm the one in the background talking about what's the URL. So you know that FAFSA free application for federal aid or something. So it's free. If your child is being charged, if they ask you for a credit card, you on the wrong
website.
So go to studentaid.gov.
Okay.
And it should be free.
Ooh, I'm just excited with all this knowledge.
When you start
up here.
searching, and in the age of AI, we're teaching them. We're teaching AI.
Yes.
We are actually teaching AI, and AI is learning how to get us back.
Exactly.
It's a wonderful thing, but it's a double-edged sword, just like any good thing.
Good to put that in there. Add on,
And
Doc.
the emails, make sure we have appropriate emails.
Oh, yes. Yes. And when she says appropriate, the professor in me jumps out.
Yes.
In that, don't apply for a scholarship from hotgirl98@gmail.com.
Amen.
Right? Let's do
simple.
first or first initial dot last name or something like that. That's more professional and appropriate because we're submitting applications and essays, and we want to always be taken seriously. And if they don't know us personally, they only get to know us through what we're submitting.
Be careful with your Facebook.
Social media.
All of those things. But I just want to clarify your point about the email. The point that we were trying to get to is if you are applying to those scholarships and FAFSA and all of those things using your district email, you may not get a response back because if it's not been approved site, then it'll block it.
It'll get kicked
And
out.
so that's why we're encouraging you to have a personal email address when you're applying for things outside of the district so that you can make sure that you're getting those responses.
Very good information.
And also, since we're in the district, our IT team could probably look into this, into marking some of the
sites so that they can
So that the
receive
students
that
can
correspondence.
receive it.
Trust me, once this taping is done, I'm going to send a call
Yes.
over to our IT director, who's very accommodating
Yes, he
and
is.
understanding, and I can connect with all of you to say what are the sites that we want to make sure they can access and reach our students. We're having a meeting right here on a day in the district. Dr. Alan McCloud, talk to me a little bit more about individuals. You talked about leaving a legacy. There are a lot of people who donate to the Urban League
A lot of
and
people
create
they
scholarships.
do. They do. I'm thankful for NIPSCO, for instance. NIPSCO has supported us over many years because they have a scholarship in memory of the late Carolyn Mosby, who was our senator.
Yes.
She was one of the first African American women who was hired at NIPSCO, and she was hired through the Urban League.
Oh, I love
Isn't
the
that
connection.
wonderful?
Yes.
So they offer $10,000 or more for scholarships for that. We have the Gary Frontiers. They offer a scholarship. And then we have some individuals who are giving back in memory of their loved one.
Yes.
We have like Dr. Bruce Hillman's scholarship. Sharon Hillman is giving back. We have Mrs. Rosie Washington, who's giving back in honor and memory of her husband, Jesse Washington. We have a number. We have Sharifa. I think it's Sharifa Walton.
Yes.
She's giving back in memory of her daughter, who passed away years ago from a disease.
It was a rare disease.
It was a rare disease.
And I think my niece got it one year.
I believe. I don't know if it
not
was
the disease, the scholarship. I'm
right.
sorry.
I don't know if it was lupus or what exactly, but she hones in on students who are going into the health area, particularly those that are nurses, because of the nurses that helped her and helped her daughter get through. So we have a number. We have Dr. The Hendricks Black Scholarship. We have a number of individuals who have given. I'm saying like $1,000 a year. $1,500
It goes
there.
a long way. It just ask the college mom.
does.
Right? Oh, absolutely.
Gas money
My daughter is
and
definitely a
yes.
recipient of some Urban League scholarships, and we are forever grateful.
That is
But
so
I wanted to
wonderful.
also mention that we have so many people in our community that do a wonderful job, and they give constantly, not only to the scholarships, but to the scouting program as well. I want to say that the Boy Scouts of America, we provide over $100,000 worth of equipment to the school system every single year, and that's done through donations. Every year we have a dinner at the Hard Rock Casino. This will be, I think, our 5th year. The first year we honored Cynthia Powers and the Lynx because they helped bring, they helped bring STEM scouting to the Gary area. And then a couple of years, Marlon Mitchell, Dr. Mitchell, he gives a great amount to our scouting STEM program. Kimberly Robinson, and then this year, I already let him know, so I can let the cat out the bag. We're honoring Dr. Vernon Smith.
Dr. Vernon
He does a wonderful
Smith.
job.
Yes.
So on May 9th, we will have that dinner to raise funds to continue our STEM program. So we have a number of people that give amazingly to our programs.
And they are consistent with their giving. When we come back, we're going to tell you specifically how you too can give to these amazing causes and make a difference in the lives of our children. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life.
It's gross. I don't really want to talk about it. She didn't want to at first, but I mean, it's no big deal. Everybody does it.
I was ready, totally ready, because we had been practicing this dance for weeks.
He was supposed to take this girl to this dance, but
I sprained my ankle at track practice.
I hate sharing anything personal. It's so disgusting. For the dance, I let her wear my shoes and she hated it, but I thought she looked great in them.
he could barely even walk.
I ended up taking some pills for my pain.
Yeah, they were my mom's, but
it didn't go well.
If it's not yours,
If it's not yours,
if it's not yours,
Hey you,
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it. You won't believe what happened next.
Welcome back to A Day in the District, the scholarship edition. I am here talking with Dr. Vanessa Allen McCloud of Urban League, Kellauna Mack of Boy Scouts, and Charius Anderson of the Gary Educational Development Foundation. And I'm learning, I hope you are learning, and this makes the path to scholarships and education all the more easy. Kellauna, I'm coming back to you because you said the magic word, the buzzword all around districts across the country, STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, sometimes STEAM with the arts, but it's something we have wholly embraced in the district. And I want to know specifically, and they want to know specifically, what are the different types of programs that are currently being implemented by the Scouts regarding STEM?
So we serve every 3rd, 4th, and 5th grader in the Gary Community School System. We didn't want any child left behind, and so whereas when we first started this program many years ago, we started serving 60 students. You know, teacher after teacher was like, what about me? Wait a minute, I want it as well. So because we have the funding, fingers crossed, every year, because we raise the funds, we're now able, like I said, to serve every 3rd, 4th, and 5th grader. And we have a program track that we do. We marry them with some of the scouting aspects of it. So there's a huge component with engineering. In scouting, as well as in STEM, of course. And so they do engineering where they have to build certain things, everything from drawing it on the computers and getting down the coding and then making it come to fruition and building those things. They do drones. We make sure that they all are able to get to drones. We fly them inside because we learned a hard lesson about them, parking them on top of the buildings. So we're now, and they get to create obstacle courses in their gyms and through the hallways, and so they're flying drones.
Amazing.
Game design, that's something else they get to do on the computers, and then they get to build their own game. We give them all kind of materials so they can build their game out and they can have the different students play games. We do things with gravity, energy, animation, chemical reactions. One of their favorite ones we do is squishy gooey, where they get
seen those
they
pictures.
Get to do they get to build slime, they get to make slime, and then also they get to make ice cream in the classrooms as well. And so we have a number of things that we do throughout STEM. We would really want to focus on science. That's something that I know the school systems, they said that's something, the component they really needed.
Yes.
There's not like a hard written curriculum for science, and so we provide all of the curriculum that goes with it and then all the materials to do that.
Shameless plug. Enroll your child today in the Gary Community School Corporation by visiting GarySchools.org. Now watch how I flip this. Not only is Dr. Vanessa Allen McCloud, President and CEO of the Urban League of Northwest Indiana, she is also newly appointed to the Gary Community School Corporation's school board.
Yes.
Knew I was going to slide that in there.
I'm very excited. I'm listening to what Kellauna was saying, and I just want to do a plug too.
Plug in.
Every student may not go to college.
That's right.
But there are trades out there. When you started talking about these drones and everything else, some of that is learned through certificate programs.
Yes.
Come to the Gary Area Career Center. I viewed the Career Center, I toured the Career Center, and they have all types of trades. And if you come here, you can get your certificate free of charge in so many areas. So not all students are going to go to a 2-year or 4-year college. That's all right, because if you take up a trade, in some instances, you may end up making more money than those of us who have earned our master's or doctorate or whatever.
And we'll get donations from them for your scholarships.
But the thing about it, do something
and
make sure it's your passion. If you love what you do, we don't make a lot of money. Those of us that are sitting up here, we just love what we do.
I love it. And we love the children we serve. Charius, going over to you.
Okay.
If someone wants to establish a scholarship with your organization, what do they need to do?
Okay, so it takes $10,000 to endow a scholarship. We match it with $2,000. It never goes beneath that $12,000 principal value.
Okay.
So this, hence the perpetuity, your personal statue, if you will.
Yes.
However, our scholarships are available for graduating seniors at Westside Leadership Academy, and that's the draw. But let me tell you,
have to enroll your schools in the district.
This year we will be offering and awarding 92 scholarships. These are not 92 small donations. These are 92 endowments. We have over 160. So when we tell you that we have over $100,000 of scholarship money we have more than if we have 92 students graduating from high school and going to college, 92 of them will get a scholarship. However, if we have 4 students graduating, they're going to get $100,000
Wow.
between the 4 of them. So
Wow.
this
There's
is
some
the
parents
draw.
writing
Now,
something
this is
down
my
right now. They're like, say what
This
now?
is my shameless plug.
Plug in.
But however, where we tie this in to the community is that, yeah, we can help them. We're going to get them there. Yeah. But we got the Urban League. We got the BSA.
Yeah.
We got them, and we need those 1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
Absolutely.
That could be, that
Yes.
money, we need them to keep them there from sophomore, junior, senior, and even some of the advanced degrees. You have a couple extra semesters. And this is also my gratitude tour. We have individual donors, every name that has been mentioned here, that have donated to the BSA and to the
Yes.
Northwest Indiana
They
Urban
spread the
League.
love.
They also have endowments. All
I
of the
love
Divine
it.
Nine, I'm not going to say with the exception of, but all of the Divine Nine, whether it is the organization, the Omegas have like 8 or more
I
scholarships.
love it.
Yes.
Alpha Kappa Alpha has
Yes.
at least 8. Roosevelt High
Sigma
School
Gamma
alumni.
Rho. Yes.
Yes, here we go. I'm not going down this Greek rabbit hole. Dr. Allen.
Right, let's get back to Roosevelt.
Yes.
Roosevelt alumni scholarships.
be
They have
here
13.
all day
Right.
talking
All of
about
these
all of
scholarships.
the
Right.
love.
Yes.
But I want to make sure that we get everybody. So what's the website? And then I'm going to come to you and I'm going to come to you because everybody can connect because this show's almost over. What's the website?
Come get that money. I'll be on Silver Mondays, Monday, with more information. GEDF.net.
GEDF.net. And we'll make sure we put it on the screen before this show is out. Dr. Allen McCloud, how do we find you?
www.ulofnwi.org. And if you don't remember that, just call me at 219-887-9621.
Yes, I know the number well. I know the organization well. Under a minute. Kellauna, how do we find you?
All right, so Boy Scouts of America is a big organization. It is a worldwide organization. My particular council is called Pathway to Adventure Council. So www.ptac.org, pathwaytoadventurecouncil.org. I want you in STEM Scouts, but also regular Scouts. I got a few seconds to say that we also teach you about trades and how to get jobs, working through merit badges and all those type of things. So come to us for all of your needs.
And we also have extra money for students that are in college right now.
Already?
We have scholarships for some that are graduating from high school, but we have other monies if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior in college now, or if you're 25 years and older, we have money for you.
I have 2 words. No excuses. You have been watching A Day in the District, a program designed to help you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation, where we embrace scholarships, secondary education, and the overall success of our children. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
WSTG TV.